what it is. So this is a surprise, and so we have a couple of things for you, but I'd just like to tell you a little history. In 2016, Anita Malincrot asked Kathryn to serve for 1 year on our museum because she was writing a book and another book and didn't have time for both responsibilities. So Kathryn took that on, and she's been our president ever since. And one of Anita's longtime thoughts had been to have an annual award to a community member for service to the community in the surrounding area, and Kathryn helped to develop that. It's called the Legacy Award. We call it Don't Let the Flame Go Out. And in Ellen Knernshield's minutes, she found that Kathryn's suggestions for eligibility included a long-serving high achievement for a local community organization, significant and sustained community service, leading the charge to initiate a community project, and serving as an inspiration to others through his or her persistent excellence. And Kathryn has done all of these things personally to help our town and our museum flourish. And so some of your ideas were to hire Miranda Murray. Miranda's here videoing. Okay, Miranda's developed our website, excuse me, for our history museum. And it's beautiful if you haven't seen it. Then Kathryn also encouraged Paul and Dave Klaus to put their Tell It Like It Was interviews on the YouTube, and that's been very popular as well. Kathryn brought Ginny Mezzi into our museum. Ginny's a retired nurse practitioner, so she has a natural tendency for living things, and she kept our garden, the museum garden, alive this summer. And then Kathryn also brought, well, I remember Judy Renner the first time she came to the museum, and it was several years ago, and she said, we're new here, you know, we're from Minnesota, and we're moving to Augusta, my daughter and I, and Kathryn immediately recruited her tried to recruit her, and she said, well, first we have to build a barn at the top of Schindler Road. But then she said, my daughter's interested in history, so sure enough, a few years later, they came along, and Angela they both added spark and enthusiasm to our museum. And Kathryn asked Angela if she would take over the presidency after she and Alan moved. So it's not official, it won't be official until our first meeting in February, but
she's
not
letting the flame go out.
That's right, exactly. So anyway, we want to say thank you. We have a few things for you. So first, well, we know you love flowers. Oh, here, I'll get it, Jenny. So,
oh my.
This is an elephant ear houseplant.
Thank you.
So you can take that back to South Carolina, and we hope you think of us when you water it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Plus the jade plant.
Yeah, oh good. We've passed a lot of plants onto it. This is a card that's been signed by everyone standing here and some of the other members that you've worked with over the year.
Thank you.
Thank you. And also, this is a personal note that we've all written, a personal note that you can take time to read your leisure.
Thank you.
And then Tom, where are you, Tom? Oh, Tom, did I mention Tom? Kathryn brought Tom in, and he's a retired history teacher from Francis Hall High School. So Tom brings wisdom, and he brings lots of interesting discussion into our poll. So Tom has his own personal note he'd like to present to you, or tell him about it.
Well, actually, it was the one story I thought was inappropriate. I wasn't sure what tonight was going to bring, but all I can say is the people that you did bring on, you put the museum in good hands. It was thankless work from the old crowd that did everything, and now that I've been part of it, and to see how much work goes into it, And to ask people to show up and volunteer is a difficult thing. But what you've done is, I think, supplied the museum with a lot of new people who you don't have to worry. And most importantly, you're gonna hand it off, especially with Angela's leadership and some of the new people coming on. And I think because of that, we're gonna bring in more people. It's gonna feed itself. The museum had a great year. And concerning what's going on tonight, I can see the museum becoming quite a asset to the community. A lot of people don't even know about who live here. You know, when we have the open house for the candlelight walk, how many people walk downstairs and talk about the things that are down there, and it's the first time they've ever been in there. But a lot of people don't realize what's in that building. The collections that you guys have put together, the translations of the German newspapers, and I'm a history guy, I'm a Civil War buff. The information that's in there is priceless. And all I can say is, you don't have to worry. What you've done has inspired others to continue on, and we will not let that continue.
Thank you.
Right. And
Thanks.
finally, we have one more thing, because we know you love history. We thought you and Alan would like a subscription to the Upcountry History Museum in Greenville County.
Oh, very nice.
So it's about, I think, 20 minutes from where you live.
Yeah.
Your children are in Greenville. I don't know if you've ever been to it. Oh, but it's wonderful. It looks, I looked it up on the internet, and it's, they have a reciprocal program nationwide, so you'll be able to travel and go to different museums across the country that participate in this program.
Thank you.
And the museum, there's different levels of membership, and this is called the Dicey Langston membership level, and it allows you to do that, and they work with a college, and they have wonderful presentations and exhibits all the time. They have programs for children. You can take your grandchildren.
Thank you.
So we
Thank
hope
you so
enjoy
much.
that. So if I could ask for a round of applause.
Well, I just would like to thank you and for actually interviewing Alan and making this happen. I will say that the museum is really in good hands with Angela. Also, we have Ellen Commercial, our secretary, and also Sally, our treasurer. Well, there'll be some money now to manage. And the group that you see here, things like this wouldn't happen, and the museum desperately needs more volunteers for us to continue the legacy of Augusta, the area, and your families. So thank you so much. This is really a surprise, and I hate to leave.